sports, and the theme of the show today continues to be postseason, postseason, postseason. I'm just talking to Nick Davidson, the athletic director. You know, it's the focus about Kaiser Athletics, all sorts of teams in the playoffs. We just talked to baseball off of their first ever Sun Conference championship. And somebody that is pretty acclimated to this time of the year because he's the defending champion when it comes to women's golf. And we're not just talking about the Sun Conference, we're talking about the whole thing. The defending NAIA champion is the head coach of men's and women's golf, Brandon Miller, joining us here at the table. So, Coach, appreciate the time. And is this your favorite time of the year?
Oh, definitely. We love the postseason. It's a blast. We just had final exams, so now it's just time to play a lot of golf and have some fun. And the most fun tournaments of the year, we're looking forward to it.
Coach, I mean, you've built 2 top 5 programs. Women's golf pretty much sat at number 1 all season right now, currently ranked number 2, coming off a Sun Conference title. Men's golf number 5. They've climbed their way into that, top 5 ranking. What are your expectations for those teams going forward? Do you see a repeat in women? What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really look at it that way. We're just going to go to the national tournament. Everybody we're playing is a good team, and everybody's even par. And we're just going to do our best on each individual golf shot, each individual day, and we'll see what happens. But, I mean, I like our chances. We have such a talented team, a great group of guys and girls, and if they commit to playing one shot at a time and have fun, I think we'll be happy with the result.
Brandon, obviously the focus is on this year, but just briefly going back to last year, what was kind of the highlight in terms of, the playing in the national tournament, winning in the national tournament? Was there that one moment that kind of captured it all for you?
I don't know. It's hard to think of one moment, but I mean, the bus ride back after winning the national tournament was pretty fun. We had the national championship trophy in a seat buckled up by itself, so that's a good memory I think we'll always have. And it was just a blast after winning the tournament to ride back for 8 hours as the champions.
Did the trophy stay with you on the whole bus ride, or did it get passed along with the other? How did you treat it?
No, it had its own seat. I think it had its own row on the bus. We just, it's the most valuable team member,
Coach, I think for the first time ever, I'm going to talk golf with Charlie Stubbs. Sabrina Schlew and Charlie Stubbs, what have they contributed this year to this team?
Oh, I mean, so much. Both of them were our team champion characters, and Charlie won champion character for the Sun Conference, and Sabrina had my vote for the Sun Conference too. So they're just fantastic people and golfers as well. And Charlie just graduated this year, and he's going to be on to bigger and better things after the national championship. And we're excited for one more year with Sabrina, and can't say enough good things about both of them.
Well, Coach, really appreciate the time again, and one of your talented golfers that we were just talking about, Sabrina Schlew, is hanging out with us, so we'll have you pass the headset over to her.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, big hand for Brandon Miller, who won the national championship and now goes for back-to-back, as does our next guest, Sabrina Schlew, who was a second-team All-American during that championship year of 2015, and now part of this 2016 team. So, Sabrina, appreciate the time, and what was it like being, let's focus on the present, or relative present, what was it like being Sun Conference champions again?
It was great. The conference is pretty tough, so we had a big competition, and it was just great to knock it off again and be able to win this year again.
You had in the conference tournament, you had the same tee time as your sister, who plays at University of South Carolina, Beaufort. How cool was that for you to compete against her? I'm sure you've been doing that your entire life.
Yeah, it was funny to play with her. In Germany, we were actually never allowed to play in the same group, so it was kind of a first. And we had a lot of time to talk, and it was funny. It was not that competitive since we still wanted each other to do good, but it was definitely a family competition as well.
Sabrina Schlew joining us here on Seahawks Sports Talk. Sabrina, what is the key to having the success that you guys had as a team last year?
I think it's our team and how much we support each other, and we just have a lot of fun on the golf course with each other and besides the golf course and support each other. So we just want to really do good for the team. So that's what motivates us most.
You know, what was it like for you? I know we've actually talked about it in a pregame show before a basketball game, but what was it like for you to win the national title and get to experience that?
It was really emotional. Like, we worked for it for so long, so it was great that it paid off, and we were just so happy. We didn't realize it in the beginning. Just as coach said, in the bus ride, everyone started thinking about it, and it was really cool to accomplish that with the team and since we really support each other, so it was good.
You know, another question for you is, you won by so many strokes. What was that like, knowing that you had an absolute dominant, time there at the national tournament and just really dominated the entire thing and really second place? How many strokes was it? Do you remember?
I think it was around 30 shots, but it was crazy because after 3 days we were still tied with two other teams. So we were not really dominating before. Just the last day we really got it together and showed how we can play. So that was great.
Save their best for last. Hey,
Yeah.
Sabrina, congratulations and best of luck in the upcoming tournament.
Thank you.
All right, that is Sabrina Schlu joining us. By the way, the women's golf team, 8:30 a.m. next week, Texas Wesleyan and Marion. Those are the first and second round times for the NAIA tournament in Georgia. And as for the men's golf team, nationals starting on May 24th. Someone that is going to be a big part of that is Charlie Stubbs, the senior, joining us. And Charlie, thanks for joining us, and congrats on a lot of success this year.
Thanks for having me. It's a pretty cool opportunity to get to play with the same guys I've been playing with since freshman year, so it's pretty nice.
What is it like, being in the position that you're in where, the success of the team a lot of times rides on you and a couple of other players?
That's the thing. During my round, even if I'm playing bad or well, I always ask my coach, how's everybody doing? Just so I can get that thought in my head is, if somebody's doing bad, I need to step it up a notch. If somebody's doing poorly, I still need to step it up and do the same thing and always try to pick up my teammates at the same time. So it's a pretty cool experience.
Charlie, first time you and I have ever talked golf. I mean, I can't even think about how many classes we had together since I got here a year and a half ago.
Plenty.
But, your coach, Brandon Miller, always says you're not playing the other team, you're playing the course. You're playing the course. Is that something, that you have to remember when you're paired up with somebody else from another school, or what's your focus going into the round?
I'm just going to honestly say what my coach tells me all the time. Just golf your own ball. And if you go out there and golf your own ball on the golf course, you'll get it done every time. So coaches have a lot of good words to say to everybody.
Charlie, are there any golfers, especially in this area where, we have some of the biggest names in the world of golf, that live in Palm Beach County, Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Tiger Woods. Are there any golfers that you kind of look up to and emulate in terms of your journey to get where you are?
Yeah, of course. It's to me, it's crazy that Jordan Spieth, he's 22 years old. He's a two-time major champion. He's the same age as me. And it just shows that he took it up a little younger than I did and practiced a lot harder, and look where he is now. So I think it's the same thing. If I keep practicing hard enough, then I can be at the same level.
How many IVs does it take to get Charlie Stubbs going?
This year, Sun Conference, it took me 2. Last year, it took me 5.
You're kidding.
No.
5 are IVs.
They have us out there walking in the heat of the day, and they don't really know what it does to your body, and they tell you to constantly keep drinking water. But at the same time, you drink so much water, you're just going to sweat it out, so you don't really know how much you have in you until it hits you, and then when it hits you, it gets pretty bad, and eventually you're going to have to go to the hospital like I had to.
Jeez.
Well, Charlie, best of luck with the upcoming nationals. Congrats on the success. Thanks so much for a few minutes.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that is Charlie Stubbs joining us. Also talked to Brandon Miller as well as part of the success of the golf team. And we keep it moving here on Seahawks Sports Talk, KUSeahawks.com.